Well, it only took me 10 years to get to this game, which if you want to be inaccurate about that, Capcom also took about 10 years to actually make a new Devil May Cry game as well. So, hey, I guess it all kind of levels out. I can't wait for another 10 years to pass for me to tackle Devil May Cry 2. Actually, I might just wait 10 years to do that anyway. It actually doesn't sound like a bad deal whatsoever. But anyway, what's up, boys? Bob here. Welcome to a new Let's Play, this time for a non-anime game. I know, those are extremely rare. I'm not even joking about that. It's extremely freaking rare. It'll take another 10 years for DMC6. Dude, we're just gonna start jumping generations at this point. Like, we're gonna be on Nero's great-great-grandkids by the time we get to DMC6. It's gonna be very funny. So, welcome one all to Let's Play Devil May Cry 1. Now, I know this might seem like a bit of a shock to a lot of the modern fans. That's a little pretentious, Bob. A lot of the modern followers of the channel, considering that, you would not believe this, but if you go to my videos and you sort by oldest to newest, first of all, I'd recommend that. Second of all, yes, the very first game I did for this Let's Play channel was, in fact, Devil May Cry 3, my second favorite game of all time. If you're curious about that, first is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, third is Mario 64, and then somewhere below that is, like, in no particular order, Metroid Prime, Bloodborne, and maybe Dead Space. I don't know. I haven't actually sorted that deep yet. Anyway, so Devil May Cry 1 is a very fascinating game. I would have tackled this years sooner, but I'm going to be real here, Chief. I do not feel confident about... I've never really felt confident about the way I do Devil May Cry 1 in general. It's always been a very hard game for me to get into, as well as like the older Resident Evil style. It's just never really been my speed, but recently I figured, you know what? I'm getting older. I may as well sit down and actually like try to get this hammered out, because it was either this or Metroid Prime 2. And I'm gonna be real here, Chief. I feel way better doing Metroid Prime 2 than Devil May Cry 1. Wait, I meant that backwards. I'm already messing up. Anyway, one other thing before we get started, be sure to follow me on twitch.tv/RiseandJericho. I need you guys' help in order to help me combat the impending doom of student loans, because there's an amount I gotta tackle, and Twitch is not only a fun hobby for me, but also, hey, it also feed back to giving you guys stuff. And also, you know, the ad revenue helps a lot, as well as being able to help entertain you guys. But with that being said, let's go and fire this bad boy up. We have a billion things to go over. So first of all, yeah, let's take this from the top one out. First of all, yes, this is not, as opposed to the guy sitting next to me's PS5, this is my PS5. I actually did recently buy one, finally. It only took long enough that there is now leaks of a PS5 Slim and or a Pro, which is very funny because we've seen the specs for the what those look like, and it's just like, well, I guess I don't need them over a PS5 anyway. So, all right, cool. I guess I got this while the going was good. Literally, I walked into the GameStop. They had 2 in stock. I'm like, you know what? Sign me up, baby. The other one was actually a special edition Spider-Man one. I'm like, tempting, but I'm gonna save the money. So anyway, this is actually, oopsie, that's a little too far in. Now this is actually gonna be played not to the PS2 version, not the PS3 version, not the PC version. There's a lot of ports of not the Switch version. There's a lot of ports of Devil May Cry 1 is what I'm trying to get at. First of all, if you ever have the time, I highly recommend picking up any of the HD collections. They're all immaculately good, mostly. PS3 has its own benefits. PS4 has its own benefits. Freaking Switch doesn't really sell them in a bundle like this. It's really weird. I can't really describe it too well right now, but basically they kind of subsidize that by giving you the style switching mod with DMC3. It's really weird. Now, DMC4, this is actually... No, we're not there yet, Bob. Now, this version is actually kind of interesting because this is originally the PS4 HD version running on the PS5. And first of all, I feel like the PS5 might be giving us a little more juice than it usually does. That might sound weird. I don't have any proof about this, but something, the texture work was redone for the PS4, PS5 version. And you can see if you look at the game, like, it actually looks kind of stunning in some areas. Like, obviously, PS2 structure doesn't look amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but the texture work got redone. Dante has subtitles. You don't know how big that is. This game has not great sound mixing, to say the least. But I guess I can show you that as we get into this. Also, if you want a so-so way to play DMC2, yeah, it's there, I guess. If you want to play DMC2, there's one way I recommend doing it. PC version, emulate it. Just use cheat codes, man. It's honestly the better way to go about it. But anyway, Time to let the intro rock, and I'll see you on the other side.
Let's rock, baby.
Sometimes I forget how short those intros actually are. Yes, as you can clearly tell, this is a 2001 video game if there ever was one. So, DMC1, released originally on August 21st for the PS2. This was the start of the critically acclaimed Devil May Cry series, as I don't need to really tell you. Oh wow, it's actually demo footage. I never knew about this. So, famously, this was originally going to be Resident Evil 4 before Capcom felt it kind of deviated too far away from what Resident Evil was becoming. So, or what it tried to be. Not really so much what it became, RE6. But it came to stand on its own two legs thanks to one Hideki Kamiya, who you may know for, well, now former head of Platinum Games. Wow, that's actually awkward timing, isn't it? This singular game would actually be the one to revolutionize the action-adventure genre. Wow, that's demo footage I'm playing right now. And would actually do some crazy things, like basically founding this whole subgenre of action-adventure called, quote, according to Wikipedia, character action, which is basically fighting a whole, like playing a powerful hero, fighting hordes of enemies in very stylized manners. This would go on to be a huge thing, like with Ninja Gaiden, half the things Platinum does, etc., etc. It, to a certain capacity, God of War also. Like, there's a lot of comparisons to be made between this game and God of War, obviously. I'm not here to debate any of them. I like both franchises. I'll just say that. I like God of War more for the level design. I like Devil May Cry more for the actual controls. I'll just leave it at that. I am old enough to have gone through those wars. It was stupid and or gay. Now, this would literally be the measuring stick for all games come. You know what? Yeah, let's just get in. Hang on. First of all, options. There's not a lot to work with. Subtitles, you're going to want that, trust me. And now we get to monitor tuning? Oh, well, actually, amazing we got something like that to begin with. Default settings? Well, I didn't touch anything, so that's fine with me. Let's see. I think after the re-releases, RE4 has seen there's still no subtitles in any version of it. That's insane to think about, actually. I never even realized that. Alright, nope, that's not it. Now, one thing about Devil May Cry also is that it's a very old game, 2001. I'm going to sit here and try to... Oh my god, so many of these. Jeez, I can't even sit 5 seconds on the intro screen without a demo kicking in. Holy crap. Alright, let's just sit here then. This is a very prehistoric game. As in, like, you can't... There's no level select when you jump into a save file. You just linearly progress, and you just kind of have to know that if you go New Game Plus, you instantly start in hard mode. So as a result, I will be your guys' guide through most of this game. There are some things I will say there are better players for this game than I am, obviously. But I'm going to try to articulate as much as I possibly can. And I'm going to try to minimally talk through this. Oh god, right, the terrible subtitles. Holy shit, we got subtitles for oh my god, I didn't realize that. Sorry, I'm popping off already. Okay, so Johnny was... Okay, first of all, shout out to some calling Johnny. He noted that there was no way to understand this fucking font on the this weird English font for the startup cutscene for this game. This port literally gives subtitles for the terrible font choice. I think it's literally old English font in like Premiere or something. It's absolutely amazing. Wow, that jump kick double trigger Spiral did back in the day. Holy crap. Yes, subtitles for the subtitles. My favorite genre. Anyway. One thing you're also gonna have to be aware of really quickly is the fact that the Devil May Cry games can't really upscale the cutscenes at all. Mainly the pre-rendered ones. This game has a lot of in-game cutscenes that are scaled based off the actual in-game engine. The actual pre-rendered cutscenes, you can't upscale a JPEG really, unless we run this through look at this! You guys are gonna get hit with whiplash so quickly, so often. We're gonna go literally from 480i footage to 2K very often, and you guys are gonna probably get a headache from this. But it's very funny, so I don't really care that much.
Whoa, slow down, babe.
That's how I got my wife. Just told her that.
Nature calls. It's in the back.
Naturally, also, you're gonna see a lot of differences from how very early Devil May Cry portrays itself to how later games do it as well. Dante is still relatively the same as how he is later on, with being kind of a wacky woohoo pizza man that you probably know. That's a very funny covering of boobs back there. Also, oh yeah, that's right. So the wiki says also every single one of these swords on the background is literally just like a different Alice store. Like literally just kind of copy pasted. It's very funny. Also, hello Forest Edge. Last level you'll see me using that, by the way. The only jackpot here is that someone actually hit the sound mixing. My God. Very first cutscene, Dante's already getting electrified. Alright, hero, baby. Oh, and impaled. It is never a Devil May Cry game unless someone gets impaled in the first cutscene, huh? What? Can't hear you. And then this shit.
Time to go to work, guys.
Wait, here he genders them as guys, but in DMC, he genders them as girls. Stupid thing, I know.
Even as a child, I had powers. There's demonic blood in me.
What strength?
It cannot be emphasized. This is literally the first we've ever seen of our wacky woohoo pizza man.
Looks like I'm getting closer.
And then the weird stuff.
It seems that way, but I'm not your enemy. My name is Trish. I came here to seek your help, to put an end to the underworld.
We don't really get there. Yeah, you can also kind of tell. It's, I'm not sure what facial motion tracking they were doing, but it's kind of. I don't know if this game had motion capture for a lot of the facial stuff, but it's very wooden doll, like weird kind of stuff. By the way, I would not be able to do this Let's Play if I didn't have these subtitles. I'm gonna say the subtitles for the actual human characters might have been the whole reason I'm able to do this Let's Play to begin with, because otherwise you would not be able to hear it whatsoever.
Malay Island.
By the way, never expect me to say Malay Island. I'm going to say Mallet Island because French is dumb. I'm kidding to my 2 French viewers. Yeah, seriously, you guys are gonna get severe whiplash from the jump in quality from the original to this kind of quality very often.
The castle is above this cliff. Come on, let's go.
Here we go. Oh boy. Dante's just kind of left by a lonesome. Well, here we are, guys. The very first Devil May Cry game. It's giving me a very bit of a wild ride. So first of all, the pause menu also is in the widescreen, which is weird. Yeah, so that I can kind of understand because all of this right here is actually just like pre-rendered FMVs. Like all of this is pretty much just like native like resolution. For example, if I were to choose like handguns, you're gonna see this play out as like the original with the CG fire effects. This is a very goofy game. Like literally they can only bump the assets that are not like hard rigged at certain resolution. Anyway, so enough about that. So also weird quote I pulled from Wikipedia is that Retro Gamer claims the combat pulls from the old Strider games. Yeah, I can kind of see it. Also, Dante's got island animations. If you're to sit there long enough, he will actually do them. It's kind of funny. Now, first of all, disclaimer. This is not a 1% run by any stretch of the imagination. This is not even going to be hard mode. This is not Dante Mazai mode. I'm sorry. You are free to stop watching if you are put off by the fact. But what I'm going to try to do is offer new players a way to quickly get into the game that they might not otherwise. Or fragment. I never knew that was there. I actually looked up a video, a kind of 1% run through, and I never knew that was up there. Very funny. So, a couple things you want to keep in mind also. Well, first of all, if you never played Resident Evil 1, I'm gonna give you a quick break to go fire up Resident Evil 1 and just like see the opening cutscene. I'll wait. Alright, so also, yeah, all these mission starts, all pre-rendered, so they're all gonna be stuck at a base resolution. I'm kind of fine with this, honestly. It kind of gives, like, I don't know, almost like the rapid jumping back and forth of, like, the quality kind of reminds you this is an old-ass game, and there's nothing charming about that. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Alright, so first bit, main opening mansion here. First of all, I know this is a castle. You can see a lot of trappings of RE4, by the way. Like, you know, we're on an island. Later RE4 you're on an island as well. Just desolate mansion you have to go around and explore in order to get red orbs. There's just like a lot of like subtle things you can take in here. It's actually kind of cool. So first off, You are not able to progress through here unless you collect, I think, 40 red orbs. Rusty key may help. Oh wait, no, I think we actually have to go back through this door. I keep thinking this is the entrance, but it's not. Need 45 red orbs. Jump to avoid that. Maybe I should explain that first. If you jump, you have complete invulnerability frames up until you reach the peak of your jump. If you ever need a quick way to avoid damage, this is literally the way to do it. Nothing really explains this to you at all, by the way. You just kind of have to learn about this. I mean, then again, it's a feature of like every single Devil May Cry game also thereafter, so it's not a big deal. It's just kind of weird. Anyway, something up here? Yep. You can actually get a full blue orb just from the opening level alone. I'm not kidding. I think we're 3 of the blue orb. No, I know where all of them are. Okay. A quick reminder myself. I know where they all are. Yeah? Yeah, okay, cool. Right, let's see here. First of all, this might shock some of you, but this is not actually the very first locked camera isometric view game. Isometric? Actually, not quite. But this is not the very first locked camera game I have actually done for this channel. If you go way back, the old Vampire Hunter D game I did a Let's Play of back in like 2014, 15. That actually was also like basically Resident Evil. I'm not kidding about that. That game was basically that. So this is not a foreign concept of the channel whatsoever. It's just been a very long time since we've done something like this. Let's see, anything else? Also, yeah, statue right there. Mundus. I'm gonna say Mundus because that's the actual correct pronunciation. And also, I don't know how they got Mundus, like the moon. I don't know, there's a lot of weird translations of this game. You're gonna kind of see it. Do I have the 45 yet? No, I need to actually go up a little bit. Hang on. I'm talking myself into circles. All right, let's see here. Divinity statue. I'm sure there's some like actual, why is that flickering? I'm sure there's like some religious reason why the divinity statue is a lion's head on top of a naked woman's body. It's a little weird. Something about blood of war. I'm not actually sure what the significance of that is, because that same visage would then be used for 3, 4, and 5. I'm not sure if, wait, was it divinity statue in 2? I actually don't remember about that offhand. Holy crap, weird. Anyway, also this whole opening area right here is basically to show you the controls of the game. It's a little rigid. Very early PS2 games would do that to you. What else is there to even talk about this opening area? It's actually kind of wacky. Let's see, jump over here. By the by, if the game looks weird at all, I'm working on it, guys. I haven't done an actual console recording myself for a while. I'm trying to make sure the colors look pretty accurate. Is this the jump? Yeah, it's manual jump. Cool. Anything over here? No. That's 45. Okay, cool. I guess I'm able to move on now. Hell yes. So now we got all of those cool stuff. For the record, I've been talking to Twitch chat. Excuse me, jeez. I got the gas coming up. I've been talking to Twitch chat about this a little bit. In truth, this game is actually incredibly short for what you might be used to with this kind of genre. Such that I was debating if we even, like, can we possibly do this game in like literally one recording session? If I shotgun it, maybe, but I think it'd be more productive and I can show off more stuff if I actually pace myself a bit more with this, you know what I mean? All right, let's see. Also, yeah, seriously, this game is gorgeous and you can see the Gothic architecture just always appealed to me so much because it looks so neat, high contrast, like colors and shadows. This is, for the time period, this is a beautiful PS2 game, and I still maintain it looks pretty decent if you look at it artistically even now. Like, that's just me though. All right, let's see. Was it this one? No, let's go up here. I think it's up here. Trying to recall, I haven't played this game enough times that I'm one of those guys who can literally just recall everything off the top of my hand. Almost, Bob. Off the top of my head, but I can get kind of close. Oh, well, thank you, sir. Anyone here have fears of mannequins? Well, you definitely do now. The basic puppet enemies. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're also pretty prevalent DMC4 as well. All right, let's see here. So, combat in Devil May Cry. Let us begin. First of all, I need to get out of the corner. I'm getting a little swamped. Hang on. All right. So if you are familiar, if you are anywhere above the age of 20, you may already know a good amount of the stuff about this game, yeah? All right, swords, guns, styles, action. You probably know the whole shebang by now, yeah, but this game is kind of interesting because it really doesn't assume you know about all that stuff out the gate, so I'm gonna try to assume not everyone knows about that either. Let me go here really fast. I think the thing is over here. There we go. Literally full blue orb in the first level. I never knew you could do that. That's awesome. This will be important later. Yeah, the trappings of this game are still very much Resident Evil. You're gonna see a lot of like, this game is very puzzle based in terms of level design. Not even like so much what you would expect in like puzzles, like having pop-up menus with like sliders and stuff like that. No, it's just pick up item, put it in place, or slash screen object here or something like that. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot of that, and it's not necessarily that bad of a thing, but it can be a little obtuse for newer players. So that's why I'm hoping to maybe give you guys a foot in the door. And I think we got the rusty key. Yeah, we got it. Go back here, take a little bit trip to the left, and here we go. Oh my god, I didn't look up a thing. So the whole thing about, all right, so this is a secret thing that comes up a couple times periodically. I like to hang it from the ceiling here. That's kind of creepy. Oh, you actually get 5 fucking shards on the first level. My god, I never even knew. Jesus, you really can just get a whole blue orb and a half. My god. So the whole thing about Tony Redgrave, I think, is a prototype name. I'm not sure if that originates from the RE4 early concepts, but it's definitely from around that time period, I'm pretty sure. Hey, you might recognize these things. Smack them enough, they will actually engage and you can proceed. This is an optional area, by the way. You don't need to do this whatsoever. I'm just doing it because it gives you another, I think, shard of a blue orb. Alright. One cool thing also, you may notice if you pay attention, you already have access to enemy stuff out the gate. Combos in this game are not nearly as easy to do as they are in like even freaking 3, because 3 at least you have an enemy step by default, but you can also weapon switch and have a lot more flexibility. This game, combos are a bit more complicated, but I'm gonna try to cover them as much as I am able to. Meaning I might have to make some compromises, I guess, in terms of like what I'm able to showcase. Also, guns are much more important in your combos. Just as a quick heads up, the best weapons in this game are not what you remotely expect at all. It's gonna be kind of very funny. Couple things also. Green orb, yay. Didn't need that one, but hey, I'll take it. Oh, didn't they give you a blue orb? Oh, I thought I did. Damn. Okay, well, they got my face, I guess. That's fine. I guess it was just there to boost your orb score at the end of it. Why not? All right. Ooh, there are the boys. Yeah, if you don't know what enemy stab, if you're close enough to an enemy, you can jump off of them. This is extremely useful, more so if you have aerial actions that stall your aerial drift. Here, not so much, but there's enough laterality. You're able to do some things, more so later on with the shotgun. Trust me, the shotgun is gonna be your best friend kind of going forward. All right, other basic things to talk about. Oh yeah, lock on is also not what you expect. There's no visible indicator that enemy's locked onto. It's basically more so that you hold on R1 and let's take this forward, shall we? All right, basic controls: triangle, slash. This is not like this in the original game. The original Devil May Cry 1, it's on circle. Kind of weird. I still like the trolling animation, it's kind of cute. Other stuff. R1 is lock on. If you press square by itself, it actually doesn't do shit. It's kind of weird. No, the way you actually shoot enemies, hold R1 and then press square. I guess the lock on is seen more as like a stance of some kind where Dante readies his weapons. So that's something, I guess. There's ways you can get around this, but honestly, if you just think of it as like a slightly more strict DMC4 or something, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just kind of, I don't know, odd. Definitely one of those old things of the early games where you kind of have to get used to it. Where do we go next? Let's see. Got the rusty key. Yeah, rusty key, right. Yeah, I'm not totally fluent in this game, even though I'm gonna flub up sometimes. I'm expecting to get stuck at least once. Wait, nope, that's not it. Speaking of, alright, getting turned around. All I guess is a good indicator. You have a map. Kinda. It's decent, but it's not very functional with telling you where things are between multiple levels. So you're gonna want to be on the ball. Here we go. this is the way to proceed. And that's literally mission 1. 10 minutes. And that's on the long run for some of these missions in the game. You can literally spend like 5, as low as 2 or 3 minutes in some stages. Ooh, a B rank. That might be the best one I've gotten yet. I know, a bleak statement if there ever was one, Bob, but hey, you know, it is what it is.